Ruth Nabaggala. I work with the Alliance for Food Sovereignty, AFSA. I'm in charge of the African Agroecological Entrepreneurship Project. Coming off the first convening, the African Agroecological Entrepreneurship and Territorial Markets Convening, there was a lot of introduction of the subject matter on the continent. That means there was a lot of bringing actors in this sector together, networking, agreeing on actions. How do we strengthen the sector? How do we develop the sector? How do we invest more in the sector? So there was a lot of planning and bringing the services and actors together to have a conversation. So the first convening basically started the conversation. And it happened in 2022, May 2022. It's been 2 years since May 2022. And it's my pleasure to let you know that a lot of actions took place from the declaration, a lot of actions. That means that many entrepreneurs really either converted their enterprises into agroecological enterprises, or many youth started enterprises that are agroecologically focused. So a lot has been done around the development of agroecological entrepreneurship by entrepreneurs. Investors, a lot of investors came up to invest into the sector. There are trainers. A number of trainers really developed programs around agroecological entrepreneurship. You see a lot of support by donors that has happened throughout the years, or throughout the 2 years since that began. A lot of networking happened. A lot of service providers were highlighted during that, and a lot of networking has been happening, or working collaboration has happened since. So the second convening is jumping off that to provide a platform for those who have been in this sector. I would say to now show off. That's the word I normally use. Now to show off what have we done, what has been happening, what the collaboration that was established in 2022, how much further has it gone? Any enterprise that have been working at throughout the 2 years, how far has it gone? What benefits have come to the environment, to the communities, to the economy of the different countries? What has come up? How have we contributed to anything, like I said, environmentally, economically? So it's more of a show of convening. But why are we trying to show off? To encourage more actors, to inspire more actors, and to show and to let others know that the sector is really here to improve on the way of living for Africans. The previous conferences have really focused on creating appreciation for African food systems. That is because, as you all well know, that appreciation for African food systems since the colonial times has been fading away slowly. So the other conferences have focused on creating appreciation. Now, this conference this time is focused on celebrating Africans being proud of the African food systems. So it's focused on celebration, African food, African culture, African systems, food systems, and that is going to happen over 2 days. It's going to happen in discussion. It's going to happen in festival, because we have a seed festival that is going to happen. We have a food festival that is going to happen, where led by Zimbabwe. We are going to have the Zimbabwe food celebration, and the African countries that are going to be in the country will also celebrate food. So we are going to see exhibition and cooking of food that is African, how nutritional it is, how medicinal it is, how it brings communities together, how healing it is. So it's really a celebration this time, being a difference between the other countries that have been creating appreciation. This year is mostly focusing on celebration. Zimbabwe has organized the Seed Festival, which will take place on the 13th, and then the Food Festival that will take place on the 14th. Now, this was originally supposed to happen for Zimbabwe celebrating food, Zimbabwe celebrating seed. But because we are going to have many African countries represented, we are going to celebrate African food. We are going to celebrate African seed on the specific days that I've already mentioned. And that is going to represent My Food is African campaign. Like I said before, the celebration itself is us showing pride. How do we manage seed? How do we store seed? What type of seed do we have? We are going to show the variety of seed that we have that is African. How do we maintain it? How do we source it? How do we share it? How do we maintain it and keep it safe? How is it? Then during the conference, the Biennial Food Systems Conference, is where we are going to advocate for systems, for policies that protect African food and African seed. So My Food is African is going to be amped up during this event, where we are going to see a bigger platform accessing the campaigns, being able to see the campaign and seeing that we can truly celebrate our heritage. We can celebrate our food. We can celebrate our culture as Africans. The first outcome that I really see out of these 3 events is the pride. We expect Africans, platforms such as yours, the internet, the social media, the media, that is newspapers, television, are going to show how Africans can be proud of their heritage, how Africans can be proud of their food, how Africans can develop businesses or enterprises that focus beyond profitability. They focus on protecting the environment, focus on benefiting communities, not just a few, but communities, focus on benefiting the farmer, the smallholder farmer. So we expect this to be a platform where Africans will see that we are proud of our heritage, we are proud of our food, we are proud of our seed, and we hope that in times to come, 2 years from now, we are going to have bigger celebrations, more countries joining the celebration, more countries working hard to maintain and bring back the African food system. So that's number one. We expect policies that protect and favor sustainable African food systems to be in place, because here we also are targeting policymakers that protect, that support, that can develop favorable policies and also implement them. There is supporting and developing policies but not implementing. We've seen this being lost during the Malabo Declaration, now that we might call the Kampala Declaration. This has been lost in the process of discussions. The African food systems are being abandoned in favor of systems that are not ours, in favor of systems that are not really helping Africans' communities, the environment. They are favoring profitability, which will in turn damage the country. So we expect policies. We expect more motivated youth to seek employment opportunities within the agroecological entrepreneurship. We expect more investors to invest into that sector and develop investment products that really are favoring agroecological entrepreneurship. So we expect actors to really join this sector and develop it more and better. So we expect Africans to be proud, number one, to push for the systems, the African systems. I mean, if you change what you eat on your plate, if you change it to our culture food, you're already joining the work that AFSA is doing. If you're looking out for how policies are contributing to the African food systems, you're already contributing. where are you standing as an African, and how are you contributing to the African food systems, or how are you contributing to agroecology in the space that you're working in? Is it policy? Is it entrepreneurship? Is it investment? Is it the actual practical farming itself? How are you adopting the farming practices? Where you stand, look for how you can contribute to Africa transitioning to agroecology.